Go clicking going live now, son. Son, what you gotta say about that when we're going live?
I don't see it on here.
It just went live.
Okay.
It says I'm live now.
This is episode 70.
What?
This is episode 70.
Yeah. Two hops.
What's the name of the episode?
We don't know. It depends on what we talk about. We don't script these things out. Yeah, well, I posted. I don't know about you over there.
Title to be determined. All right.
Okay. So let's see. What do I got to do next? Should probably hit record. That might help. Let me pull up the.
This is going to be a fun episode.
Will it? Right. Make sure that we're on. All right, we're streaming. Hi, Shannon. We haven't started yet, but we'd like to say hello to our fans that are watching us on Facebook. Hello, fans on Facebook. How are you?
Enjoy the show.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Kenny.
So you and I had many discussions today about many different things. One of which has to do with our amazing friend and show sponsor Amber over at Classic Man Cuts. She actually scheduled us. She let us know some information. If you've been following us, Move Troop, she unfortunately was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's actually getting a double mastectomy happening on her surgery is September the 16th. So she's actually working all the way up till the 15th. Now, thankfully, our listeners are amazing. Her clientele's amazing. Mm-hmm. She's booked solid until the 16th. Like
we're her clients. We're amazing.
Yeah, exactly. We're the real heroes here.
We're amazing.
But yeah, so she's been booked solid. She says she'll need 4 weeks of recovery, and so she's booking right now. If you guys go to classicmancuts.com, you can actually book her starting in mid-October, which will be 4 weeks after her surgery. But when she's going to be gone for those 4 weeks, she will not be cutting hair. And if she doesn't cut hair, she doesn't get money. Again, I'm not trying to portray it like she's homeless or anything like that. But what you guys can do to help is go to classicmancuts.com or actually visit the SoDo location if you're in Orlando and buy a gift card from her. Yep. And that would be absolutely amazing. She'll have cash in hand, and you're going to be treating yourself to an amazing cut or shave. And if you aren't local in the area, all you simply have to do is PayPal us. We have 2moofs@gmail.com. It's a simple, free.
We will get you your gift card, and we'll send you stickers as well.
Correct. We will send that all to you, and then that way you'll be able to use it if you can't physically make it. So again, please make sure that you're PayPaling us. We take PayPal. If you can't do PayPal, just kind of reach out to Matt or I. We'll be able to coordinate that. But we want to be able to send her some buku money.
She is so good at cutting hair and shave.
Incredibly good.
You guys are missing out if you haven't.
She is booked until the day of her surgery. That's how in demand she is. Yep. So make sure you go visit her, Amber, over at classicmancuts.com. And again, please be supportive, Move Troop. I know we can make her day. She's absolutely loves our clientele. She tells us all the time. She has the sticker on the mirror. So she's showing it, and she goes, "Oh yeah, Two Moves. It's my favorite podcast." And then they're like, "Shut up, Amber. We don't want to hear about the podcast."
No one listens to
I'm
those
just joking.
two guys.
No, so please help us out, Amber over at Classic Man Cuts. And we had a little serious there before we did our little pre-show. So, enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are 7 acknowledged wonders of the world. You are about to witness the 8th.
That's like jamming out over there. That is right. This is episode 7. Can you believe it? That is just joking. Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Kenny.
Matt.
And we are at you again. It's been a while. I know I've been on vacation. I actually, I was working like crazy. I went on vacation to Phoenix, Arizona. Have you ever been there?
Once, and I might have to go out there fairly soon here,
Nice.
maybe next month.
Well, it is living hell, and I don't mean that in terms of it's terrible. It's actually quite a fun city. I just mean it's 1,000 degrees there, which is literal
like,
hell.
don't stand outside
It literally is uncomfortable.
unless you're going from your hotel to the car to restaurant.
Still uncomfortable.
That's still too much.
It's still uncomfortable because the crazy part is it gets a breeze, and you're like, nice breeze. Warm air. It's like when you open the oven when you're baking something.
Oh yeah,
and then you
it
get
just
that,
hits you in the face.
Yeah, that's
I've had that.
that's
recently.
Phoenix all the time.
I'll
but
say this: I went and got lunch, like I normally do downtown, and
Yeah.
I went to a spot that's known for their chicken tenders.
Ooh,
And
Chicky Tendy USA.
close. And it was a little bit of a walk.
Yeah,
When I left the place, it was, still same walk back to the office. I felt like I couldn't make it. It was so hot and I was so full.
well, were you wearing a suit too because you were
Oh
working?
yeah.
Oh man, that's
and it
the
was
worst.
just like I literally thought like I said, this is going to take a minute. Like I am not looking forward to this walk back. And it was maybe like normally it would be like a 5-minute walk. I was just this is brutal.
Did a teenage high school cheerleader come and goes, my grandpa gets tired walking too?
No, why would?
It's a throwback to when you did your little cheerleading.
But
thing.
who would ever say anything about where does my grandpa part come in?
If you paid attention to the shows, it was the joke because you got injured and you
Oh,
had
I
to
did get
sit,
injured.
and then
I'm still recovering
The
from
joke
that
was
injury.
we were role playing as if one of the cheerleaders didn't know you were injured. She just thought you were old, and she goes, "My grandpa has to sit down too when he does any activity."
I'm still injured from that, by the way.
Okay. We have, you can always contact us in many different ways. Email us, show@twomoofs.com. Text us, 347-MY-MOOFs, or interact on our Facebook page. Before we get to some of our listener interactions, on the back end of stuff, my behind the scenes over here, it's the wrong thing you're twisting, by the
What am I
way.
supposed to twist?
That knob.
This one?
Yes.
It's already pretty tight, but all right. Okay. No, still nothing.
You're doing it the wrong way.
I
No,
think I
you
just
broke
cracked
it.
I just
No,
cracked
you
it.
broke it.
Whatever, man. Just go.
Matt's breaking our equipment. So behind the scenes, I get the analytics of who downloads our podcast or whatever, and
Okay.
it's all been the United States. So my analytics have literally just been, here's how many people in the U.S. do it. I just got an email that apparently we have one listener in Denmark and one listener in Ireland.
That's
One, why? Two,
more power to you.
who are our listeners in Ireland and Denmark? And I'm like, if you're our Irish,
Drop us a line.
if you're our Irish or our Danish listener, contact us with your address, and we will send you
All the stickers.
so many stickers. The European Union will have to put an embargo on them.
It's gonna have to go through customs.
Exactly. So yeah, that was just odd. This is the first time ever we've had that far out international listeners.
Okay.
And it's just one. It's
take
one download. So, you know.
And maybe we're even overestimating that. Someone was from Ireland, downloaded an episode, and then they went on a trip to Denmark and downloaded had to re-download the
Ooh,
episode or a new episode.
That's true. I didn't
and
even
it's
think
all
about
just
that.
one person.
I didn't even think about
Or
that.
it could be one of our listeners who is just on a vacation.
Or someone's using a VPN. I just put two and two together. That just ruined our
They
dream.
have to use a VPN to just download our
I don't know.
episodes. That's their thing.
Listen, people are wacky with the internet. And then our texting line, we got a text coming in. It's a 321 number. A lot of people, when you have a dog and they have a collar, they're always like, you take it off. It's like, oh, you're naked. You're naked boy, because no collar. Do you think the dogs know the difference? Do you think dogs know the concept of clothes and naked?
Like when they see us with
Yeah,
without
that
clothes?
exactly. Yeah, because when they see us, because I know there are some people that put clothes on animals, and then they are very uncomfortable and they want to do that.
I'm not a big fan
Yeah,
of
but
that.
they're natural into, hey, the dog's naked, I'm naked, whatever. But do you think dogs look at humans and they're like, huh, naked or not? Or why are they putting those wacky
that's an interesting
blankets
question
on?
because every day, not only that, you're wearing something different. So
Yeah, exactly.
They can't. Are they identifying you when they look at you
Mm-hmm.
at all from your clothes? Like, let me put it like this: if you put a bag over your head and you just had your regular clothes, do you think your dog would identify you just based on your clothes?
See, based on visual, I don't know. Scent, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Let me put it like this: if I were to put somebody similar size, shape as you in your clothes, but put a bag over their head, do you think Pork Chop would react the same way?
That's actually a really good question. I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know if dogs have the concept of visual.
My dog's just a dumbass, so he will react the same way to everybody.
That is true. Oh, Alf. Yeah, so that's a great texting service. And then someone else on our Facebook page. So we've become the show of wacky foods. We've tried it, and someone has shared along the ketchup and mustard Doritos that are apparently
I
out.
would definitely try the mustard Doritos.
And I would definitely try the ketchup ones.
The ketchup one just sounds like it's going to be awful.
So here's the thing. Have you ever been to Canada?
Yeah.
They have ketchup potato chips. That's huge up there, is ketchup flavored potato chips.
Like Ruffles.
Yeah, or Lay's or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, ketchup potato chips is huge in the Canadian world. I'm surprised you haven't even tried it.
No, I mean, where am I going to see this stuff?
Yeah, if you look up ketchup potato chips, like Lay's ketchup, it's just, again, if you've
Do this. Type in the mustard flavored.
Canadian.
Type in mustard flavored and see if we can get those on Amazon. Because we'll order some now.
So the mustard potato chips, it was Doritos.
Doritos. Maybe they'll be on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon for $28 a bag.
That's going to be a no for me, dog.
I'm sorry, 25 on eBay.
Why?
If you wanted to do that, because it's limited edition.
That's, they really make it for the super rich. You know what I'm saying? Only the rich get to experience the nice things.
Well, you know what the poor people
Put it
like?
in my cart.
You know what the poor people
Put it in the cart.
poor people like us? I don't need the business department spending our yearly budget.
If I get drunk enough later on, I might just click check out. We'll see. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll put like an item in my cart, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it there. And then later on, if I'm in a bad mood or drinking or something, I'll just be like, check out, buying it.
Well, speaking of wacky foods that poor people can test out, so early episodes we had the space flavored Coke, and that was clearly cotton candy. That's what we determined.
I don't know what
it was.
It should be Coke cotton candy.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people had other different wacky theories, but it was cotton candy, is what at least Matt and I surmised. Now we swung and missed on this one. They apparently had Pixel flavored Coke.
Yep.
And we were supposed to get it. We just didn't. It was for sale. I could have gotten it, but we never did it. But I've been told it's like cinnamon or like Big Red.
I really
flavor.
want to try that.
It was like Big Red flavored Coke. It had like a little cinnamon.
Didn't we try another drink that was kind of spicy?
Well, I know we had the Mountain Dews. It was it was the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew.
Yeah. That I remember being super surprised. I feel like that's what the
that was
Pixel
peppery.
Coke would be.
Now, I was told the Pixel Coke again it's more sweet, so it's cinnamon rather than like spice, like peppers or whatever. Okay. And some again, reading just other people's reviews, they said it was very similar to like Dr. Pepper. You know how Dr. Pepper has like that bite to it? That's what the Coke was.
I love me some Dr. Pepper.
So Coke this year had 4 different special limited time variations. The space flavored, which we had, the pixel flavored, which we missed out on, but then they came out with 2 more that we're going to taste test right now. So the first one, it was a collaboration with the DJ Marshmello.
So I'm excited about this.
If you don't know Marshmello, his gimmick, he borrowed, you could claim that he stole from Daft Punk. In the sense that it's a normal guy body, but he has a giant cylindrical, like almost Lego head with a smiley face on it.
He performs with a mask that
correct,
and it looks like so you can't see. His
it looks like
it's
a gigantic marshmallow with 2 eyes and a mouth.
Yeah.
So he came out with a collaboration with Coke and with his own. Now, the other ones were mysteries, and like no one knew what they were. But I think with the marshmallow flavored, he said, hey guys, I want it to be my flavors. I want people to know what my flavor is. Now, he missed out on a golden opportunity to make it marshmallow flavored.
I thought it was.
That's the old dad joke there. It is not.
Wait a minute. I thought you said it's marshmallow flavored that we're trying.
It is not marshmallow flavored. They tricked us all.
What is it?
And here's the reason why I'm going to spoil it before we taste it, because the can says the flavor on it.
Oh, well, why don't you just give it to me without the can, and I'll guess it.
Okay. Well, there is a specific flavor, which if you're watching online, I'm holding it up, and the can is white, like his branding, and it has an image of Marshmello, a cartoon version of him on there. It's one of these cylindrical.
Do you think I'm going to be able to guess it?
You'll guess. Yeah, I think some of it. It's
Like it doesn't have like a weird name or anything.
no, 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 no. It's multiple flavors. I'll
Okay.
just say that it's multiple
Okay.
flavors.
All right. This will be good.
I think you'll be able to guess one, but it's in the energy drink style can.
I see
You know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah,
But
I'm surprised to see that.
yeah. So I'm gonna crack it open. I'm gonna pour some for Matt, and we're gonna taste this on the air. And then we got more fun for you. Move through.
Okay.
So
Are you giving me my own glass? Okay.
yes, because you and I don't have cooties.
All right.
Well, we're not gonna give cooties to each other.
I'm really gonna try and guess this.
Okay. So I'm gonna hand
I'm,
this over.
I'm gonna smell it. I'm gonna twirl it like it's the fucking wine, and I'm gonna be like, oh, tastes like chocolate coffee bean, little earth flavors.
So you and I are gonna taste it at the same time. Again, I know what the flavor is.
I don't know. Hold on.
Okay. So initial thoughts before you guess the flavor. What are the adjectives of the flavor you would say?
It's a very smooth. Like remember when we had Pepsi?
Oh, the nitro.
Nitro, and it felt flat. This is like Coke, but it's not flat, but it's smooth. Like this is what Pepsi Nitro should be.
Should have been because this does have more carbonation to it.
This is solid.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna lie, it tastes good, but I can't identify any specific
Really?
flavor. I'm really trying here.
There's one that I think is more prominent out of the two flavors that it says it is.
Is there like a berry at all? Bubblegum?
No,
Berry?
colder.
I got like a berry.
Okay, you're on the right track. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the one I thought you would have gotten because this is definitely the one is strawberry.
Okay.
So strawberry, it definitely has that fruity strawberry flavor.
Okay.
And I like it. I to be honest, I think this tastes better than the dream flavor. Or not
the other one that
not
we're gonna
the I'm sorry, the space flavor
Okay.
that we tested a couple months ago.
This is solid.
This is very good. And what's great is this is definitely one of those. You know how we said that the Pepsi Nitro would only work well with like a rum or something like that.
Yeah. This would be great for a mixer.
This would be great as a mixer, but this stands alone very well.
Yeah.
So I think this is fantastic.
It almost, if you put rum in here, it almost would ruin it.
I can see that. Yeah.
Like this is really it's like low key really flavorful.
Matt really likes this. All right, so the first
Yeah.
flavor is strawberry.
Yeah.
But the second flavor is watermelon.
Okay.
I
can get that.
I see now that I know it, I can do it. But when I first tasted this, I only tasted the strawberry. So I was like, oh, strawberry Coke.
I don't get why you wouldn't do marshmallow though. That's like you have to do that.
Maybe wacky theory. Maybe they tried and it just didn't taste good at all.
They
And-
couldn't get it.
Marshmallow's
They couldn't
like,
get it down.
no way.
I'm not gonna put my name on this.
All right, so that
So
was
they're like,
it.
well, we got something in the back we've been waiting
Yeah.
on. We're just gonna if you want to use that, we'll
Yeah,
use
this was gonna be our earth flavor one, but we'll give it to you. So let me say this: scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate it?
This is like solid 8 or 9, man.
Solid 8 or 9, better.
It's I mean it's close to where I would say I might just go buy a 6-pack just to have it,
Okay.
and hold on to it for a while.
So let me say this. Now there is the Coke Zero version of this, as much like there was the Coke Zero
Nah, I
version
ain't
of the
messing with
space
that.
or whatever.
We ain't messing
But
with that.
I know you're not a regular Coke drinker. I know you don't really drink that unless you do it with a mixed drink. But better or worse than your average Coke?
Yeah. If they were one day to say we're switching this out with regular Coke, that would be not a bad move.
All right.
Like
This
people,
is-
there you'll be the
Yeah.
original. What are they called when you're an
Influencer?
originalist? No, originalists. What? It's not. That's not the word. Someone who's the classic Coke. Like you
Hipster?
can't. No, when you don't want to
Loyalist?
change. Yeah, like a Coke
right.
loyalist. You want to stick with the original.
Interesting.
You'll have those people. But I think if you switched it, people would be like, "This is great."
So this definitely earned high praise from both
for
Matt
sure.
and I. Matt apparently is raving
That is a
over
really
it.
solid drink.
I'll listen, business department, get them to sponsor us.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the second one that came out, and it's the most recent one, and this one has divided the internet because I was doing some research
The internet
on it.
is it's either the left internet or the right internet.
And here's the thing, our listeners got on board because when I was in Phoenix, I happened to see it, and I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was already out. And it's like one of those, I can't risk not having it, and then I come back home, and for some reason, Orlando's not a market that has
Yeah.
it. So I tried it. I posted on the Facebook page, our Two Moose Facebook page, that I tried it. I was going to wait to reveal my thoughts, but I wanted you, because I found it here in Orlando, I wanted you to taste it as well.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It has definitely divided our listeners, other fans on the internet, and Coke enthusiasts. So this one is called Dream. This is the Dream World Coke Dream flavor. Now, this goes back to the we're not going to tell you what the flavor is. The packaging is very like neon-y, like neon blue, neon pink
Yep.
and stuff. Again, remember the space one tasted like cotton candy. This one is watermelon strawberry.
Right.
We're told there's a cinnamon flavor. So this is Dream flavor.
All right.
Okay.
Do you know what that's supposed to taste like?
No, I don't.
Okay, so you haven't done it either.
I have my thoughts, but I'll share them with you. But
I mean, you tasted it though.
yes, I did. I tasted it and I
Okay.
have my thoughts. I
right,
don't want to sully your thoughts.
Okay.
So I'm gonna open this up and I'll pour some in there for you. I need your cup back, Mr. Matt Sits crisscross applesauce.
We might be updating the office here, the studio.
Studio 4 to make it Studio 4.
Yeah.
All right,
We might rearrange a few
a
things.
little more of that. All right, so here we go. Okay. So this is the Dream flavored Coke
I'm still getting the fizz.
that we're
Okay.
gonna try. It's very
It
carbonated.
smells like very strong.
So what are you initially tasting?
Hold on. It tastes.
Matt
Oh man, I'm gonna have a lot to say about this one. Hold up.
Matt, part of the
I'm gonna say there's varying ways I could describe it. First off,
Okay.
it's just terrible.
you don't like it.
No, it tastes like
Ooh.
stinky socks. It tastes like it could be garbage.
Really?
I am not. It smells like stinky socks.
Okay, this is where
It's so. It's not like I'm gagging, throwing up, but it's like I wouldn't want to. Like when I stick my nose in this, I wouldn't want to keep my nose in there.
So I'll give it to you. It doesn't smell the best,
It doesn't smell good at all, man.
but I'm going to tell you right now.
it smells like stinky
No,
socks.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm not saying stinky socks.
Do you want to smell into my cup?
Well,
Like because
that's-
you have
that-
a bigger.
No, that means your cup is probably dirty.
No, it didn't smell this way when I just
I'm
tried the other
smelling
one.
it straight from the source right here. I don't smell.
But
stinky
you have it
socks.
coming out of a small little top. I
think-
have it in a cup.
No, but I'm saying I'm getting it concentrated, and I'm doing
No,
the cocaine
because
sniff here.
it didn't smell bad when I tasted the other one.
Okay.
Just sniff into the cup.
I'm telling you right now. But okay, here's my thought. So it's not the best smell, but I'm not saying stinky socks. However, I do enjoy the taste of it.
This is
I think it's
unreal.
a fruit punch flavor, but like. Okay, do you remember the cheap fruit punch that came in those little barrels, the plastic barrels with the aluminum foil lid?
The
Like the-
plastic bear. Oh yeah,
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 like-
like a grenade.
Yeah, it looked like a
Yeah,
grenade, and it was like 10 cents each, and
Yeah.
elementary schools handed them out when they didn't have any money. That's the fruit punch flavor. I'm not going to get up and get it. Just put it on the ground. That's the fruit punch flavor that I'm getting with this. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting stinky socks like you did.
That's wild.
I think this is a fruit punch.
I
but-
got zero fruit, zero punch. In fact, my initial thinking was,
Really?
is this going the route of like a root beer?
Okay, that's weird. I didn't get that at all. Now, some of our listeners said it was El Disgusto Barfo, like you did.
Yeah.
But I've had people that's like, no, they love the fruity crisp to it. So let me go back this. I equate it now to what are your thoughts on cilantro?
I get cilantro on stuff.
So, but
I don't get the soap
Okay.
the soap sud
and
that
see,
some people
neither
get.
do I. But I think this Dream World or this Dream flavored Coke is the Coke version of cilantro, where
What?
some people's taste buds, it's going to hit them so terribly, and other people are going to love it.
What
like
if this
cilantro.
is like what color is the dress? Blue or orange? Whatever. What were the colors of the dress?
Ooh, or blue and gold, or
Yeah.
black. I don't know. I can't. No, it was
Yeah.
white and gold, or black and blue, or something
Yeah.
like that. So, oh man, I'm like burping up like crazy.
It's just that I would stay away from. In fact, people should just get it to try it so they can see what bad Coke tastes like.
No, see, I disagree. I'm looking at what people. Okay, according to Coke, it's supposed to taste like infinite potential of the mind, like you're dreaming.
False. That's
Again, I like it. I still.
infinite potential. Okay, you know what it tastes like? You've had your foot in a sock for an infinite number of days and then took it off and then squeezed the sock into some Coke.
No, I don't
Like
get-
you squeeze like a few drops of like sock sweat into Coke.
I don't get that at all. And again, I enjoy it. Now, I will fully admit the marshmallow Coke so much better.
Yeah,
That one is fantastic.
Look, I'm not hating on Coke because the first one was bomb, man.
Yeah, that one was great. So I'm assuming you're putting this behind Space.
Yeah, I'm putting that in the trash.
Better or worse than the hard Mountain Dews that we drank?
No, those are worse.
No, wait, the hard Mountain Dews?
Yeah, the hard Mountain Dews were just like, this isn't that great, you know. But that's just I would stay away from.
All right, so someone brought a good point. It goes, this tastes like if you hit all of the different syrups on the freestyle machine and added them all together into Coke. I'm like, all right, I can see that. Someone says it tastes like a Capri Sun. So I think that's maybe like the fruit flavoring I'm getting. Like it tastes like a fruit punch.
Capri Sun did have a really nasty flavor.
Again,
though.
someone goes, tasted like tropical fruit, like a gum that Trident would make, one of those tropical Trident gums. So everyone's saying it's tropical. It's like a lemon or a peach or a mango. Someone did say cough syrup.
It's a good cap off to the like past hour where I've just had like nonstop bad things happen to me.
Oh man, yeah, we don't want to talk about our pre-show.
There's just a lot of nonsense. Stupid.
Although one of them is kind of funny, to be honest.
Well, first off,
And I'd like to talk about it.
my dog chewed on my remote, which is like this is the third or fourth remote I've had to buy off Amazon and reprogram it every single time. Good news is these remotes, the LG remotes, are only like $10, but now that means I've spent like $40 on remotes. The other thing, are we shifting gears? Are we done with this?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with all the sodas.
All right. So I, on an impulse, bought a 3-pack of these pants. Like it was an ad that I saw on Instagram. These like kind of like stretchy pants. Just relaxed pants that look, like khakis that can stretch. If you're a guy, you've probably seen them. So on an impulse, I bought a pack of 3, and I thought I had ordered them in my size.
Yeah.
But apparently, there's only a selection for the waist,
And
there's no selection for length.
And when you talk to me about it, typically when a store does it, they try to do an average size length. Now I'm 6'4", and for me, it works fine because it's typically a 32 length, no matter what the waist size is, if they don't specify length. And I get it because people shorter than me, they can easily hem that because it's, maybe only a couple of inches, off.
Right. This isn't something I think you can really just hem.
So what happened when you got the pants?
So I got all 3 pants in the mail today, and each one of them I tried, and they're just absurdly long. Like I put each one of them on thinking, all right, this has to be an anomaly on this one pair of pants. But no, I put them on, fit the waist perfect. They're a good fit around the, the butt area, the leg area, but they literally go down almost around my heel,
So this is
around the heel of my foot, and then down at least halfway down my foot.
When you walked in the studio, you know how like when you're 8 and you try on your dad's pants,
Yeah.
and it's comically like
I
wrapped
told you,
around your
I was like,
feet?
dude, they're absurdly long. And you're like, no, there's 32, is normal.
Yeah, you can easily get them hem.
Because I'm a 31-30.
Okay.
Okay, this is 31-35.
No, it's easy 31-40. Like it was almost engulfing your feet.
Yeah.
And it really looked like
It just makes no sense.
It
like
looked,
this is just for the tallest of tall people.
It definitely looked like a child.
You need to be
was like
6'5" to wear
a
these.
child was wearing their dad's clothes and be like, "Look at me, I'm an adult."
Yeah,
like it looked that.
So now
bad.
I'm just annoyed. I got to call these people back and send them back and say, if you don't have 31-30s, just refund my.
This is
from my
this is
card.
probably why you don't buy pants in 3-packs. Just as a
This is why you don't buy stuff on Instagram, man. There's an impulse.
Well, that's true. But I will say
the shirts came out fine. This is one of them. It's just a nice stretchy shirt. That's all.
Yeah. And I know the type of clothes that you typically buy too. So I'm very surprised you got 3-pack shirts off of Instagram. Or I'm sorry, 3-pack of pants off of Instagram when I know the typical wardrobe that you purchase. So interesting.
There's an impulse.
But you capped it off with some delicious dream flavored Coke.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's redeeming this evening. And you try to ruin it with Coke garbage.
No. I love it. Well, hey, so I'm not going to consider this part of the curse. And for those of you who don't know, Matt has a food curse. And by
at
that,
fast food, primarily fast food.
primarily fast food,
I
and-
think it happens at restaurants.
and by
on
that I
occasion.
means when Matt has his heart set on something, fast food wise,
You know when you get that craving, and then something
where
happens.
where he goes, he won't get it because of something. Whether they're out of it, whether the machine is broke, whether they're closed when they shouldn't be closed, whether they mess up the order. Matt has an uncanny ability to
It
get
happens all the time.
his.
It's gotten to a point where I've started recording.
Yeah.
When I have one of these cravings and I go through an order at the drive-through or whatever, I'll record it because I'm like, I'm going to show Kenny how this shit happens.
So I had something happen to me the other night. I'm not going to consider it part of the curse, but it just confounded me. And
You let me be the judge of
And
that.
what's
Go.
weird is I heard Dan from Tom and Dan, which is a great podcast. I'm on it once a month. At
They
least
never
on the.
invite me.
Who's got the interesting stories here?
You assume that I don't have any interesting stories.
Have you reached out to them to tell them your interesting
No,
stories?
they should be reaching out to me.
Anyway,
Did they not want to hear about my pants story?
parents. Okay, so Dan talked about it, his experience, and I was like, "That's weird. Why would they do that?" And I never would have thought it happened to me.
What is it?
Go to the Orlando City match. Matt couldn't make the game, and I went to the match with some friends. And afterwards, I would say it's about 10 o'clock. It was a great match, by the way. If you saw the Orlando City match, a crazy ending. It was monsoon raining. Like, it was comical how they were playing.
Yeah.
But anyway, after I'm like, you know what? I didn't eat at the stadium. Let me get some food on my way home. And the route I took from downtown, I actually went up on Colonial. So I went north of where people are because my thought was, oh, there's a Wendy's there. And they're open late. It's a Sunday night. I get it. But hey, they're open late. And it was only 10 o'clock.
Solid choice.
So I was like, let me just, grab some food there. And I go up into the line.
Did you want some? Were you craving something specific?
No. I was probably just
Okay,
going to
so
get.
your options are open.
I was
So,
going to get one of those like biggie bags that has like a bunch of everything.
Biggie Bags. That
Mm-hmm.
was Biggie Smalls' nickname before he made it big, and they told him, "We need to work on this." Biggie Bags.
Very,
Look it up.
Very lengthy joke there.
Look it up.
So anyway,
Bags.
I,
Biggie Bags is what I ask for when I go to the bank and I want to make a withdrawal. Biggie Bags. Go on.
I think the best part about that is I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at the feed and seeing how you're playing to the camera when you're doing.
I'm not looking at the camera though at all.
No, but you're playing to it.
I know. I'm watching us.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You're playing. What I mean that you're playing to the camera, as in like you're making sure that your biggie bags is looking good on camera. I think that's what makes it so endearing. So anyway, it's only 10 o'clock. So I'm thinking, okay, if they, let's say they closed at midnight and I showed up at 11:45, I completely get what happened here. I pull up to the window and the guy makes the announcement and goes, hey, we're only doing mobile orders. So if you have a mobile order, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, are you not? So I was confused because I was like, I have heard of this, but I was like, wait, you're only doing mobile orders? Or are you asking me if I have a mobile order?
Yeah.
I was getting clarification. He goes, no.
Passive aggressive, dude.
No.
Very passive
I
aggressive.
don't, no, and I was, and it was one of those where I was just like, oh, are you, wait, did you, I don't have a mobile order. And then he goes, oh, I'm sorry, we can't take your order then. And that's where I got confused. I'm like, well, wait a minute. There's no one around me. Like literally no one else is in line and there's not even anyone approaching. So I'm like, so can you just take my order and make it? Because if I got on my phone and
Yeah.
I had the mobile app and I literally sat there and I placed an order, then they would make my
Maybe
food.
their credit card machines were down, or like their point of sale machine was down.
I thought that was weird because again, that's not the first time. It's happened to other people at other fast food restaurants. Because I heard this happening at Taco Bell before.
I have heard this before, yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm thoroughly confused. And I was like,
I've heard of this on Reddit, and people they download it and stand right there and order it, and then they make the order.
Then it makes me wonder, like, what is the mentality? Now, you bring up a good point. What if their credit cards machines are down and the only way they're able to process it is whatever? But I'm like, well, could you not take cash? Not that I had cash on me, but I'm just thinking there's other ways to do it other than only mobile orders. And I'm trying to think, what is the mentality of the
See,
restaurant?
something
the
like that, I
manager,
would
the
have just
company?
asked. I would have been curious. I would have said, "Hey, I'm just
Yeah.
curious. What's
Let me say this.
What's the situation?"
10 o'clock on a Sunday night, that guy is not going to know. I guarantee he was just told by his manager, hey, we're only doing mobile
Yeah,
orders.
easy. So he has to speak with the manager. I'm curious.
Yeah, but again, at the same time, my whole thing was, wait, if there's no one here, I get it. If there's a long line and you're only doing mobile orders because you got an influx of mobile order, okay, cool, totally get it. And then, but I don't, it was confusing. So this is where the curse kind of hit me. And I was like, okay. So I just left, and I was like, cool. There's a Taco Bell like a couple of blocks down. I go to the Taco Bell, wrapped around the block, and I was
Always.
like, Burger King across the street from that. It's supposed to be open till midnight. Closed. No, the Burger King.
Yeah,
is closed.
this is the curse, man.
So
This is 100% the curse.
So then I ended up going on the way home close to where the studio is and where we live is a Checkers. And I was like, okay, haven't had a Checkers in a while. And I totally get
Solid
there.
choice.
Here's the thing. Checkers is testing some artificial intelligence with their drive-through because the person, you know how sometimes you get the pre-recorded, "Hi, welcome to Checkers. How may I take your order?" And then when you order, it's always like, "I need you to give me a hello and welcome to Checkers. Please place your order when you're ready." "Yeah, I'd like a cheeseburger, please." "Okay, what you want with that cheeseburger?" Like it's nothing like the friendly voiceover.
It's abandon the AI.
Exactly. So, but no, it's a pre-recorded thing. But this one, it was the nice, friendly voice, and I was like, "Yeah, can I get a cheeseburger, with no onions or whatever?" "And what else can I help you with?" And then I'm like, "That's weird. Like it seems like a computer voice is talking to me." So I'm like, "Oh,
Maybe
and I'll
that's something where maybe they were screwing with you to make
well,
a TikTok.
No. And then they sat there, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'll have a small fries, and can I add whatever?" And I was doing customizations, and it's like again robot AI voice. "Got it. Would that complete your
Someone's
order?"
definitely screwing with you.
So I was like, "That's weird," and it's like, "Okay, your total will be $9.48," and I'm like, "Okay, there's no."
You're gonna end up on a TikTok
And
video
I'm like,
somewhere.
and there is no way they're going to get my order right. And I pull up, and regular fast food person.
RoboCop's handing you your order. T1000 in the back, making flipping burgers.
"Enjoy your checker burger." So I get it, and it's just a normal fast food person.
Stephen Hawking.
And she hands me
Voice.
my order, and she's not wearing like a headset. And apparently, I was like, "Hey, that's you guys have a computer taking?" Goes, "Yeah, they're testing it out. It's new AI ordering." And Alf just knocked the cameras off kilter. So yeah, apparently Checkers is testing AI drive-through technology, and it was accurate. My food was made correctly. It had like an exact printout, and this was even with modifications and asking for
Right.
specialty items. Now, is there someone in the back
Well,
potentially?
when you call in an order to Chipotle, it does that. It asks like, do you want to, like you could say things like burrito or bowl, and then you just go through the list of what you
and
want.
it picks up, and that's what's great because if you have modifications like that, it's picking up on those modifications and not like one of those where the way your example is
All right, this
bowl,
is how we
rice,
test
whatever.
it. We give it a run for its money. You go and you say you want a burger, but you want the cheese under the patty, and see if it picks up on that.
That's where I think there's a human backup that is probably overhearing it just to make sure ask for those things.
This is how civilization falls to the machines.
Yeah,
Basically, we got Skynet working at Checkers.
let me say this. For being upset with technology, having to do a mobile-only order for Wendy's, I was loving technology at Checkers that it was taking my order and accurately doing it because, one, I think it's amazing because it was crystal clear. I could hear everything that was happening. It could understand me, so I didn't have to deal with like any sort of miscommunication or the person mumbling or whatever. My only question is, let's say they have like a new burger or something like that. I'm just making this up. They have the Fiesta burger.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what's on it. Hey, what comes on the Fiesta burger? And typically a human would respond. It makes me wonder, is the AI going to list the ingredients for
What
me?
if it's like, can you tell me how many calories are in this burger? And
Who
it just,
knows?
At a whim, it can just start answering all kinds of questions.
And then you end up treating it like an Alexa. So you're asking it random questions and it'd be like, hey, what's the weather going to be like tomorrow, Checkers?
Hey, Checkers, play Two Moves podcast.
Oh, we need to strike a deal. And that's going to be, and it'd be an Easter egg. So what ends up happening is if you want to waste an hour in your car at a Checkers drive-thru, you ask it to play a Two Moves episode. I like it.
So you just kind of reminded me of something, how you could do something that ruin stuff for everybody else.
Yeah.
I once went to a standalone drive-through ATM.
Okay.
Try and get cash.
Yeah.
And it was just like in this plaza, standalone drive-through. Accidentally stuck in my credit card, and it's one of these like metal, new credit cards. It's not plastic.
Ooh.
And it jammed in there. literally the screen started giving the Control-Alt-Delete screen of death.
Oh, no.
Could not get my card back, and I just had to bail out of there. But it legit went.
And
It went like it did. It
You
went
just left your
straight-
card there?
It was inside it.
And you just left it there?
Well, I called.
Well,
I called,
obviously,
but I called on the way to another Wells Fargo. But it, the nice OS operating
yeah.
system where it's like enter your PIN. Do you want to withdraw?
Yeah.
Like it went from that. Welcome to Wells Fargo.
And it always
went to Windows blue screen in the back. Control-Alt-Delete. Window.
Listen, you ruined it for the guy behind you because I guarantee that person was very interested in seeing the stock photo of the family eating at a picnic in the background. That's kind of little,
the person behind me
bird up.
was in desperate need of some cash for some reason and couldn't accomplish whatever he needed to do.
What if the machine was messing with you and the moment you leave, it spat out your credit card for the next guy? I remember, and it's a very side story. I don't remember what city it was. I think you and me. It had to have been Biloxi, and we were with our friends for a March Madness trip. And when we do that, we want to gamble, so we get a lot of cash. And we went to one of those standalone ATMs, and it was pitch black. It's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And there was straight up a homeless person walking towards us. And we're literally doing the hurry up, like doing the thing.
Because we each had to go and get
Exactly.
our own transaction done.
And we're sitting there and we're like, roll down the window and like people are climbing over each other to enter in their PIN. And we're trying to beat the clock because we see this homeless guy just like, and he's not running or anything, but he's like slowly walking towards us. And I'm like,
yeah,
he's going to.
If this guy could take us all down,
he would
have gotten
easily.
He would have hit the jackpot of like robberies.
I'm like, and literally like with my arm sticking out trying to get my cash, he just like slices my hand off.
So
he could easily do that.
What's funny is when we got back in the car and we're all just kind of squaring away, everyone getting their money, and our buddy Jimmy just goes, he makes some like just small offhand comment and like, well, who knew that you can only take out $2,500 a day? And we're like, bro, like what are you gambling on?
Yeah, that did come out of nowhere.
Like what? How about this? This is an ATM story that I tell on occasion. How I just
You just have it locked and loaded.
because it has to do with gambling too.
Yeah, that cable guy comes over to install your internet. Let me tell you my ATM story.
So I was going to play poker and I stopped by this one particular ATM that's like right before I get on I-4. I go do the transaction, $200 or $300, whatever, and I get in my car and leave. I get onto I-4 and realize I actually didn't grab my cash. I left the cash there. So I get off the next exit, drive all the way back, thinking, okay, my cash is probably sitting in the little disposal, or whatever.
When it does like the little half out.
Yeah, where it's half out, like little mouth place,
Yeah.
and dispenser area. I go back and it's like fully closed. I'm like, Jesus. So I'm like, let me just do like a $20 withdrawal and see if it opens and the cash is still there.
Yeah, because I've heard that security wise sometimes.
So
it does that.
So I did that. Okay. I do the $20 and it opens. There's nothing there. So I go, okay. Clearly, what happened was either someone stole it.
Yep.
Or
it fell out
or went back in.
Oh, I was thinking, what if it fell out and like fluttered in the wind?
Right. So I'm like, I'm going to do another $20, or either I was going to do another $20, or I did
You're just
whatever.
racking up the ATM fees.
So whatever number I do next, I go, I'm going to wait and see what happens if I don't take the money. And sure enough, after 60 seconds, there's a warning on the screen, and then it literally takes the money back inside. And I was like, this is great. So now I know, chances are my money was fine. In case someone came by within a minute, nothing happened. So I go, all right, I still need about $180 now or whatever because I got the 20. So I do that transaction. I walk away and forget that one too. I walk away and forget that one too. At that point, I had to make a call to the Wells Fargo to be able to make a withdrawal because they're like,
because they think it's
fraud
now.
they're like something, you cannot make a withdrawal for 24 hours. And I had explained the whole situation to them. Yeah. And the guy on the phone was like, dude, I get it, but like you literally, in the span of like 20 minutes, did this twice. Yeah. You forgot your money.
Oh, you clearly were put on speakerphone.
So,
I'm guaranteeing you were put on speakerphone.
So when he finally
everyone else in the call center.
he unlocked my account so I could make a withdrawal.
Yeah.
I had him on the phone still, and I'm like, look, I'm telling you right now, I'm taking money. It's in my hand. I'm good. And he's like, all right, well, glad we can help. But yeah, that's my story of trying to withdraw money twice and walking away twice.
I hope you're like they recorded that call and they play it for training purposes, like at a blooper reel.
I hope so.
When it's like a Wells Fargo customer service training, that it's like, oh, here's some bloopers.
But what I did learn is if you forget your money and you walk away within about 60 seconds, it closes the thing and takes the money back.
That's awesome. We got a couple of stories. We got to move along here. I do want to just quickly tell one because I probably will forget it. We're going to back pocket one of the topics. I went to Five Below the other day because I just needed to get something quick there. And so it's always weird. This isn't the topic, but have you ever seen stores that are only in the malls except they're not in a mall? And by this I mean like a standalone Foot Locker. Foot Lockers are typically in malls, so it's really weird when you just see a standalone Foot Locker. Well,
right.
Where I went, it was up in Colonial Town. There is a Five Below, and then next to it is a Foot Locker, which is again really weird. I'm walking into the Five Below, and I see this this young teenage girl. She's in her referee outfit. I'm like, okay, she works there. Talking with this dude, and he's wearing like basketball gear. And next to him is another lady, a third lady, and she's wearing like really skin tight, like leg warmer or spandex leggings or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Clearly that must mean the lady who the girl who works there knows these two, and they're just chit chatting. Maybe she's on a break, or they. Like, hey, we're shopping. Let's talk for a bit. And she took, a couple minutes. I go inside Five Below, get my stuff. And as I walk out, I'm not paying attention to them, but I'm overhearing. It's like, tomorrow's better. Tomorrow's better. Tomorrow's better. Tomorrow's going to be better.
Tomorrow's better.
And I'm like, what?
Okay.
I'm like, why is he yelling? And I look over. He has his hand on the Foot Locker girl's forehead. And he's doing, her eyes are closed, and he's doing one of those prayers where he's yelling out, and I'm talking about one of those Bible prayer things that you see on TV shows or they make fun of, where whatever. He starts yelling, "Tomorrow's better, tomorrow's better, tomorrow's better."
He's exorcising the demons.
And then
out of her.
he starts speaking in tongues. And I don't know if you've ever heard it, but it does sound like gibberish. But he just starts speaking in tongues out loud, and he's yelling. And then I'm like, what is happening? And I didn't want to interrupt them. I didn't want to whatever. The third lady that was there in the spandex, just standing there. She's not clapping. She's not praying with them. She's just standing there. He's just yelling out loud. And then he again starts speaking in tongues. And I'm like, what is happening? I get in my car, and as I'm driving, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get in the parking lot, and I'm going to slowly drive by and maybe see what's happening. I get in my car, and I drive by. They're back to just talking. Just the three of them talking. And
you didn't go okay, me next.
Well, because I'm sitting, and then I was just perplexed. I did not expect that coming, some sort of weird Foot Locker prayer. And so I'm thinking, okay, maybe, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe she's having a rough day. She knows the two. He is a preacher, or
but
he's maybe her
pastor.
pastor.
At the same time, someone who's going to do that,
he's in full.
Yeah.
The fact he was in full basketball gear is also what threw me off.
So that's one of those things where he could have said, "Hey, how you doing?" And she could go, I've had a bad day. And he's like, hey, let me...
Could be. And you know what?
Have you accepted Lord Jesus Christ into your life?
And it could
and then
be.
that just snowballed into
and it could be.
exorcising the demons out of
But
her
then
face.
I also thought, what if I was on one of those prank shows, and it was one of those where it's not like a prank show where the person gets pranked, but a weird scenario happens, and they always get the weird
in the
reaction.
back is the Impractical Jokester guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Now. Exercise the demon. Perform an exorcist on her face.
Yeah, put the hand on the forehead. Put the hand on the forehead, and then they were like, okay. But yeah, I was very confused as to what the hell was happening. And yeah, again, it was weird enough that it was a standalone Foot Locker. I will still always argue that. But then the fact that some sort of prayer was happening outside it was also incredible. But anyway, just a random story, no real meaning behind it. But we move on to things that have been happening in the world around us over the last couple of weeks. It is our new segment that we do every single time. Here's what's going on.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on?
That smells better than the Coke Dream over there.
I disagree with you. What's going on? Brought to you by our amazing sponsors, Amber over at Classic Man Cuts. Again, please consider donating. Send us some PayPal, send us Venmo if you know us personally, or just physically go to Classic Man Cuts and buy a gift card from Amber so she can have some cash in hand while she recovers from breast cancer surgery. And then, of course, our other amazing sponsors, Declassified Cosmetics, declassifiedcosmetics.com, and Ashley and Jennifer. She's going to be really mad I called her Jessica. Ashley and Jennifer over at Her Majesty Services, and get your business and place clean. Now, Matt, growing up, you heard about reduce, reuse, recycle. Like you heard all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you went to school. So
The triangular
Yeah.
recycling
with the
symbol.
arrows and everything.
Yeah.
So one of the things that this company is like, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to bring fashion and recycling together. So they're doing some of those. I don't know if you've seen them, but like Yeezys came out with, they look like Crocs, but they're like weird 3D printed like artistic Crocs, and I'll show you.
think I've seen them.
I'll show you an image of them.
Yeah,
They're like
yeah.
that.
Yep.
Well, there's a company that's very similar to it. They're looking a lot like the Yeezys foam runners. They are using plastic that has been recycled from defective sex toys.
Oh.
They figured out a way to, it's a little streetwear label in New York. They've partnered with an adult toy company. For any defective sex toys that aren't able to make it to market, we'll buy them from you for, cheaper price, and we'll melt down the plastic, use them to make our shoes.
That's smart.
That's very
okay,
smart.
so when we say defective, it's not like tested and returned back to the
Yeah,
store.
they're definitely all
defective.
unused. Yeah, don't worry, guys. They're all
Your
unused.
shoes have been stuck up someone's butt.
Now, here's the thing. Knowing people, do you think those shoes would actually sell for more if people found out they were used?
Oh yeah,
Knowing how terrible people are.
Yeah, easily. That would actually go for a premium.
But yeah, it's like 28%. It goes towards charity and stuff. But I just thought that was kind of cool. Where it's like, hey,
That is very unique.
if
Very good
they're-
deal. You
if
know
they're doing
what?
that.
You turn one man's trash into another man's treasure.
Okay, good to go. Good to go.
The sex toys were trash.
No, I get it. Yes.
Now the shoes are another man's treasure.
Yes, I get it. Thank you.
Next story, please.
So what's more summer in America than popsicles on a hot day?
I know where this is going.
And hot dogs, at a
God.
cookout. What if I told you, Matt, that you could have the best of both worlds?
You don't even need to tell me. I would want best of both worlds individually, but go on.
Well, Oscar Mayer is going to sell frozen Wiener Pops. They're calling them cold dogs, which is a frozen popsicle that does taste like hot dogs. It boasts both refreshing and smoky notes. The hot dog, basically, and it has a little mustard swirl on it.
In
So
my
there you go.
freezer right now, I have Italian sausages
Yeah.
frozen.
Okay.
You're telling me we could just go suck on them things and just enjoy the same thing?
Suck on them frozen sausages. But yeah, apparently an Oscar Mayer spokesperson said it was a no-brainer.
They said
No-brainer.
They said someone at Oscar Mayer is thinking there are people across America at home sucking on on those Italian sausages for free. Why aren't we selling this?
Let's get in on this game.
Let's make our own.
I like it. Well, it's on sale. Now, here's the thing. It's in one of those where it's only in select stores.
Good.
It's a place in like Long Beach, New York City, New Orleans. Like it's one of those like specialty pop places. Yeah, it's the only able to get those there.
If there
but-
was something that I thought could taste worse than the macaroni and cheese ice cream, I think it could be the hot dog popsicle.
a pop dog popsicle. Well, speaking of hot dogs, what if I told you that there was hot dog flavored candy corn? Would you try that?
No.
Well-
Candy corn is disgusting in it as well.
In the spirit of wacky
Why are
flavors.
people? Okay, look. You know what? For every one good tasting like new thing, i.e., this marshmallow sponsored Coke, you have 5 other things that are just garbage.
Well, Brock's, who's known for making candy corn, actually, it's called their Tailgate series. So they have candy corn that tastes like hot dogs, hamburger, but then they do have some sweet flavors. So it's a summer. They have candy corn that tastes like popcorn.
Okay.
So it's like the popcorn jelly beans. And then 2 more that one tastes like vanilla ice cream, and one tastes like fruit punch.
The
So
only
it's a-
one that might get traction, I think, if they did it well, is the fruit punch one.
I mean, so according to the person who reviewed it for the article, they said it tastes like Hawaiian Punch. It just tasted like that. I could potentially see a vanilla ice cream one because you're getting like almost
If
like
you put that
cream.
if you put that in like a sundae or something, yes.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's candy corn divides the nation, so that's another one that happens. But that's what's going on, and we always move along from what's going on to our moof of the week.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
You little stupid and wow.
I want to say move for the week.
You little dumb and wow.
All right, Matt. So this story is something that you only see in the movies, but it has a very dark turn. So
Okay.
you've seen it where a lover visits her man or in jail, and they embrace. And when they embrace, she slips them like maybe some drugs, maybe a weapon.
Like in Goodfellas.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes we've even seen it where it's like, oh, they got a little something in their mouth, so when they say a goodbye kiss, they're actually slipping, maybe a hit or something. Well, a woman in Tennessee tried doing that to her husband or to her boyfriend.
She tried to give them hot dog candy corn.
Well, it went horribly wrong. A woman who shared a kiss with a prisoner during a visitation in Tennessee is now charged with murder when the inmate died shortly after the
Ooh,
exchange.
what did she
Rachel Dollard was taken into custody. Apparently, she's faced with charges of second-degree murder and introduction of contraband in a penal facility. She did the whole thing where she had like the...
tell me it was a razor or
it
something.
was half an ounce of meth that was in her mouth, and she was passing it to her man orally. He swallowed. It was a little pellet. And the whole point was it was supposed to poop out the pellet so he can now do meth. But the pellet, unfortunately, exploded in him, and he died of an overdose later that day. Now, here's the ironic part. He was serving an 11-year sentence for drug possession. He was set to be released in only a few years.
Yeah. Now
So-
she's just going to pick up where he left off.
Exactly. But they talked about how, people try sneaking all the time. But this is the first
I
time.
don't see how the murder one would work. I'd have to see their definition, Tennessee's definition.
Well,
of second-degree
again,
murder, but-
exactly, and I'm not too sure there, but yeah, and the guy swallowed the pellet, and he expected to poop it out later, but it exploded. So she is now dealing with full prosecution from
I wonder
Tennessee
how they
authorities.
determined that it was her, though. Like, I'm sure they have the video. It's all on surveillance.
And that's
and all
more
that
than
stuff.
likely what happened. Apparently, they're also now doing body scanners to be
Okay,
placed
this
in
is
all
how
facilities.
she gets out of it. She has to claim that she didn't bring it in, that someone else brought it in, gave it to another guy. That guy kissed her guy, and that's how he swallowed it.
But then if there's cameras everywhere and there is zero footage over the past X amount of hours of him kissing another dude, then she's sunk.
Yeah.
She is sunk. And that's our move for the week because, man.
Yeah, what a dummy.
Ooh, man. All right. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part.
Is it, though?
It's my favorite part. So I had this idea in my brain for this song. And what's funny is completely forgot to record it. Just full forgot. It's about 5:45. And I'm like, I got to record this song. And that's when I texted Matt, hey, man, be there in 30. So now you know that it takes me not that much amount of time to write it, record it, and produce it. Clearly by the quality of these songs over the last few
Is
months.
this going to be, are you telling me the quality is going to be very, very low for this one? More low than usual?
Well, I don't know how low you can get. But anyway, it's a song I think we all know. You'll definitely know this one. This one I would put money on. Maybe not $2,500 worth like our buddy Jimmy, but yeah, here is our theme song for Matt's Lonely Thoughts. Got a really long intro.
Move True, it's your favorite segment. He's a lonely lawyer, Reddit is where all his time went. He lays alone in his bed, just bored by his phone. He's hot, lots of time, but he's unprepared. still wonders what Kenny will say. Matt's lonely thoughts. He asks the tough questions that pop in his head, but fruit his baby still won't eat. Two moves, here we go. Hypotheticals, please buy our merch, we really need the money. Matt's lonely thoughts.
That's pretty good.
Lonely,
Not done yet.
lonely. He is Matt's lonely thoughts.
Still not done.
I hear it. They're still going.
Lonely, lonely.
I hope you didn't go into a second verse.
Free stickers online.
I debated doing another verse, but no.
It seems like you really felt that one.
There's only so much falsetto I can
You don't, it's not too often you get to do the back track.
do. The back, yeah. I felt it in my soul. I need to bring you in and I don't tell you the other lyrics.
I just need you to read this word.
Yeah.
Sing it in
just
this
say
pitch.
say it like this. Just repeat after me, and then I gotta
It's
do
basically you're asking me to do like, can I name this tune in one note?
it. It's audio.
You know what I could do is I could record it on my phone and then just text it to you,
Actually, I would like that. It's
and I could inadvertently, be part of the song.
now you've given me some homework for the next show.
I want to say move of the week.
What's your lonely thought?
Oh, damn.
Oh,
all right. No,
okay.
so, all right. With smartphones, there's all the apps that come out, right? There's so many games and apps that help you. You got Shazam, that if you hear a song, you want to know what song it is, you Shazam it.
Yeah.
You got games like that.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush. You got Pokemon Go, which changed. Like, can you?
Oh, yeah.
That was in 2014, man.
Yeah.
That's going on 8 years ago.
You know what's crazy? Words with Friends is still a top game.
So, what kind of utility apps are like solid for you?
You mean ones that exist or ones that I wish existed?
No, that exist currently.
Okay.
Because that's going to go into the hypothetical.
Okay, great. I think for me, I don't do too much like stuff around the house, but the level app, like it basically
solid.
To allow you to level things like a shelf
Yeah.
or a TV or whatever, having like using your phone's own gyroscope to level it out is great.
The weather app. Easy.
weather's
It's so
fantastic.
simple. It's not. It's nothing glamorous. The weather app, right? Okay. Let's say we're in the medieval times. What is that, like 1600s?
With Sir Eminem
No.
as a throwback to a previous.
Okay. I don't. You're gonna have to remind me after the show.
All right.
If you could give everybody in the world in the medieval time
Okay.
a smartphone and only had one app on it, which app would just change the world?
That would be difficult because first I would be.
You gonna give them like Tinder?
I would be burned at the stake because they would easily
No,
say,
just everyone woke up one day.
yeah, and it's like you're a witch, and
I
I'm
don't
dead.
know what's from you, man. Let's just say everyone in
Okay, so-
medieval Europe all just one day
Not-
had a smartphone and it
not
had
to-
one. They
yeah,
they
okay.
flip it open. There's one app.
Wait, why is it flip phones?
No, like with your finger, you swipe up on it, to open it.
I'm like, wait, are you giving them Motorola razors?
They got the game Snake.
They have the sidekick where it like flips up.
All right, let's get.
I'm not going to poop on your question. We're going to assume that for some reason, phone with one app, and for some reason, everyone knows how to operate it.
Right, they're
and
like
knows what to
figuring
do.
it out,
Yeah,
what
they
it does.
know what to do and they know what the app is.
Right.
And there is somehow internet in this.
Yeah, we're not,
in this world.
you don't have to get too crazy with it.
So the serious answer would be Google Maps. That would be the serious one.
That's where you get the
because-
most vanilla ones. Yeah, Google Maps. Just think if Christopher Columbus
Exactly.
had Google Maps and like he just looked at the phone and one day it's like, we got this, I don't even know how to describe it, a digital map, and you could zoom in and out.
Yeah.
Like,
or not just that, but like let's say you're talking about the Middle Ages and like Britain wants to, invade another country, you can be like, "Oh, that's where their castle is." You know what I mean? And just
or this
do
is
that.
where there's a giant mountain in the way and we're not going to be able to get around it.
So that's the serious answer. Now,
Right. Then
we want the haha here.
Then you guys have the weather app. They can foresee when There's hurricanes coming, all that good stuff. That's the easy shit.
Yeah.
That's the easy shit.
Now, and again, the easy jokes. Oh, let's get them Tinder. Oh, and they just hook up with each other.
But
and
imagine what medieval Tinder would look like. What do you think you would have? You would have lords and dukes with their fancy photos like to the side with like their dog and like their sword and like those wenches be swiping, man.
Oh yeah,
be swiping.
But here's the thing too, and then not even like that. All the poor people, like you'd be like, "Ooh, she's got 3 teeth. Oh, I'm swiping on this one."
What would go into a bio? The richos would be like, I own X amount of acres of
I
land.
think the poros would be, I'm 18 and I haven't died yet.
Right. My father is the best blacksmith in all of the village.
Again, I'm saying, no, guys, I'm 18 and I haven't died. That's incredible. Like, you need to lock me up right away.
My house, which is made out of straw, has 2 bedrooms.
Yes. Now, they're both in the same room.
Like, when you slide into some other girl's DMs when you match, and it's like, it's all the proper English, you know the meme where it's the, it actually, isn't it like Jefferson or something,
Yes.
where it's
Yeah.
it's
Let's all explain. Let's use this time.
what's the meme? Who is
to
that, though?
explain memes? We're going to take a meme and we're going to verbally describe what's on it. Keep going.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay, so
I think another one.
Yeah,
I think
well,
another one
keep
would be
going.
like Snapchat. And I don't mean for like dick pics or anything like that, but just for the filters. Because I think if you because you know where it's like you have King Henry and then you make him into like a princess and he freaks the F out.
Oh, he starts just off with their heads,
Yeah,
left and
exactly.
right.
Yep.
Like, who sent this?
Yep.
Who sent this?
Exactly.
Like, it's all anonymous. It's like it goes out to every. It's okay. So
and it disappears right away.
So how about Twitter? If there was like a Twitter, right, and you're like adding King George, King Henry, and just like totally trashing on him, and he's like, "Go find out who this guy is." Off with his head.
Yeah,
Off with his head.
but then,
and
like-
people are just like trolling King, the King.
Yeah, it's like lulz. Where's America? Where'd you lose it? And then but then you get like Martin Luther, instead of like hammering his doctrine on the doors, he just tweets out like,
It's like it. Okay, so the Magna Carta, right? It's like 8 posts long on Twitter, and it has to like
and it does the thing 1/8, 2/8.
Right.
That's not bad.
Okay, so Shazam, good one. I love using Shazam. You're like, yo, man, I just Shazam this song, Beethoven's Symphony, like the 8th Symphony. Like, dude, you gotta listen to this shit. Boom, play it right for
I like
them.
it. I think, and then you go to the ones that it's like notoriously known. Where remember that one where you have to hold your thumb on the button, and the last person to do it wins like $1 million. Imagine the medieval times, like. No progress is made in like technology or science or health because everyone has their thumb on the button waiting to get the sack of gold.
Okay, so then you have like text messages, right?
Yeah, that's not it.
That's I don't think you can really goof on that. That's pretty much where I was gonna go with that. What apps Move Troop would just like totally throw medieval ages for a loop?
Yeah, that's a
Okay, you get a sport. You got like the ESPN app, right? You can see which knights are winning the jousting tournaments. There's tournaments going all over left and right?
Yeah, that would be good. And then do you think there'd end up being like a Bovada, and like or
The gambling site.
or FanDuel or something?
You would have the. Do you think there was like the Tom Brady of jousting back then? Like he was just. Everyone know he was like the best, and he was like 40 years old, still winning like nonstop.
Sir Thomas Brady,
Sir Thomas of Tampa Bay, Sir Tom Brady of Tampa Bay.
Sir Thomas of the Bay of Tampa. You got to like reverse it in there. That's pretty good. I think I like that because that it kind of sounds like, and I'm not trying to claim that you stole it, but like hey, go back in time and you introduce something in pop culture. But I like the idea of the smartphone because it like constantly does it. I still think like filters would mess with people's heads.
Oh yeah,
Okay. So
So
augmented reality. Imagine that. I'm trying to take a selfie of us and I'm trying to prank you, and it has like a CGI dragon coming in behind us, and you have no idea that it's fake, and you like just start ducking.
Okay,
and-
all right. So you're doing a Snapchat with the filter, right? And it makes you look nicer, and then the person turns to the side, and the filter, messes up, and they have like 3 teeth.
Have you seen the ones where people are taking like famous scenes in movies and doing like the face filters?
The deep fakes.
No, not the deep. I'm saying like the goofy like surprise filters. So like there's one, and it's like from A Few Good Men, but they put like a Snapchat filter on it to make it absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, like the beady eyes,
Yeah.
the googly eyes. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, the best one. Yeah,
It's great.
You can't handle the truth.
Because it's so like we're watching it now, but like
it's so bad.
It's so intense of a scene. So the fact that they have the wide eyes and like the goofy face,
So good. You could throw that up on our
yeah, I'll definitely share that.
That's
it's,
solid.
It's so, especially when because it takes a second for the camera to realize.
The best one is Tom Cruise's face. It's just scary.
But I like too that it like takes a second, so you see the normal face, and then it pops into the like filter. So yeah, that's pretty good. But there's a whole bunch of them. There's one from Star Wars. There's one it's a whole bunch of these. You can get easily lost in a wormhole. So yeah,
Do you remember the app Foursquare? Do you remember what that was?
yeah, where it was almost like Yelp.
It was like
social media Yelp.
but it was like a precursor to like just like geo tagging.
Yeah,
Like
Oh,
when
man.
geotagging became a thing.
Yep, I remember
I
that.
remember
You
like
can become
if
like
you,
the
if you-
mayor of a restaurant.
Right, if you checked in there and you were the person with the most check-ins, you were the mayor of whatever that
Yeah.
place was. So when I lived downtown in this apartment building, I was like so far behind. I was checking like every day and kept checking in, and eventually I stole the mayorship from this chick. And I didn't know who she was. I just had a name, and I stole the mayorship. And then one day I found out, like, we were on the elevator, and I realized that it was her, and she was upset, genuinely upset that I stole the Foursquare mayorship from her.
Oh man, you crushed her dreams.
I mean, I'm like, it was battling back and forth. She would be mayor, and then I would be mayor, and it was just it got very, very
what's weird is
sour.
because of that, she got so depressed she ended up working at Foot Locker.
Well, she moved away. She moved out of the apartment.
Well, she
building.
came back. She's now working at Foot Locker,
Mm.
and she was really bad the other day, and
But
like,
it's like
she needed prayer.
But that must have been like right at the beginning when like
really, you're not even
face-
gonna like attempt to go along with the joke.
I'm just thinking back in the good old days. This was like 2010, 2011.
The good old days.
The
of
good old days when
2010.
when there people were like, you can tag yourself in locations now. When Facebook was like, you could check in somewhere.
Do you remember when Facebook used to change pronouns? And I'm not talking about like in a gender reassignment or anything like that, but like you would say, hey, I'm feeling kind of down today. I want to go get ice cream. But it would put it in a sentence. Kenny Samsel is feeling down. He would like to go get ice cream.
What?
Like it would change it because like if you
I
tried
remember
putting it
that.
in first person. When did you join Facebook? I literally, and I'm not trying to brag here. I joined in 2004 when it first came out. Like
Yeah.
I was one of the first.
Yeah, when one of the schools. Yeah,
Yeah, when it was school only.
Well,
But-
UF got it before UCF. Come on.
or they didn't, and UCF actually got it before Florida.
Let's see the school.
But-
we'll look it up afterwards.
Yeah, but yeah, no, they used to do a thing where it was they changed a pronoun. So if it says like I'm super excited that my dog graduates from daycare, it would say he is so excited that his dog is going out of the daycare. Like it would change the
I don't
pronouns.
remember that.
Oh yeah, now it was very very early because it would always try to make it like in third person.
Yeah, it was also
with
called
everything.
thefacebook.com.
Indeed.
Initially.
The Facebook, and then Justin Timberlake convinced him otherwise.
That
All right,
movie.
guys. Hey,
All right.
again, September 16th, Amber at Classic Man Cuts is going to be going MIA for some surgery, so make sure you donate to her. 70 episodes, Matt. What would you reflect back on the last 70 episodes?
It's just what a time sink. What a time sink. At this point, we got to see it through. We said we would do 100 episodes and then call it a day. So
For you, that is so like, oh, season two. What season are we on right now? If we're at episode 70, what season would you say that is?
7.
So only 10 episodes a season.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
You're going the Hawkeye route or the Winter Soldier route.
Yeah.
You're not doing the normal TV show route where there's like
It's like
20,
12?
22. Well, no, but like normal, like Law and Order, for example, will have like 20 episodes in a season.
Way too many. Way too many.
You know what else is way too many? This show.
I'm this many. I say good day.
Thanks for joining us, Facebook. We'll see you next time.
Well, gotta go buy another.